It's the morning of April 2nd, and I just finished watching the Switch 2 Direct. I am hyped. Mario Kart World, a new Hyrule Warriors, a Masahiro Sakurai project, Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4, and a revolutionary new 3D Donkey Kong game. I couldn't have asked for more. I messaged my friend on Discord. The Switch 2 Direct looked really good. His reply, Mario Kart World is going to be $80. That caught me off guard. I hadn't even noticed that during the broadcast. Then he added that the entire Switch 2 bundle will be $500. Now I was really confused. Surely I would have caught such high prices during the Direct. Turns out, Nintendo didn't mention prices in the Direct at all. Instead, they quietly listed them on their website. Maybe they recorded the Direct before finalizing prices, but here's the weird part. You can only see the Switch 2 prices on their website if you sign in. Yeah, Nintendo is purposely trying to hide this from us. Why? I'm not entirely sure, but maybe they know these prices are absurd and could kill the hype, so hiding them might help preserve excitement for now. The only official USD prices we have so far are $80 for Mario Kart World and $70 for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Some are speculating that physical copies might be $90, but from what I understand, that's European pricing, not US pricing. Now, some people think this could be another 3DS scenario. For context, Nintendo launched the 3DS in March 2011 for $250, but it struggled to sell. Just a few months later, they slashed the price by $80 to $170. That cut essentially saved the system and turned it into a success. Could the same thing happen with the Switch 2? Possibly, but I doubt it. The 3DS price cut happened because it was selling poorly. The Switch 2, on the other hand, is the successor to the Switch 1, which was wildly successful. I don't see it flopping. Then again, back in 2011, most people didn't expect the DS successor to struggle, but a big problem with the 3DS was that there was literally no compelling games at launch. There were no real system sellers for months. That won't be an issue for the Switch 2. With Mario Kart World as a launch title, it's hard to see this launch failing. There's at least one silver lining in all of this. We might avoid the scalping disaster we saw with the PlayStation 5. Nintendo seems to be taking strong measures to prevent scalpers from driving up prices. To pre-order the Switch 2, you need to meet 3 strict conditions besides the usual 18+ age requirement. Number 1, you must have been the one who purchased any Nintendo Switch Online membership, meaning you can't just be added to a family plan by a friend. Number 2, you must have had any paid Nintendo Switch Online membership for a minimum of 12 months, so scalpers can't just buy a membership now. Number 3, you must have opted in to share gameplay data and have at least 50 total gameplay hours. This tells me that Nintendo wants to make sure actual fans, not scalpers, get first dibs on the Switch 2. Most dedicated Nintendo fans already have a Switch Online membership and plenty of playtime, so these requirements make sense. Some critics argue this unfairly excludes fans who prefer single-player games and don't subscribe to Switch Online. And while that's a fair point, I honestly can't think of a better solution. In a perfect world, scalping wouldn't exist, but since it does, this is probably the best way to fight it. Hopefully, it means more fans get their hands on a Switch 2, and fewer consoles get resold for insane prices like they did with the PS5. Now, while I'm defending Nintendo here, I also have to acknowledge that these price increases might be necessary due to inflation. But there's one thing from the Direct that makes me think at least some of these price hikes are just greed. The Switch 2 Welcome Tour. It's an interactive instruction manual for the console, which sounds cool. PlayStation did something similar with Astro's Playroom, except that was free with the PS5. For some reason, Nintendo is charging money for Welcome Tour. I can't think of a single valid justification for this. It's basically a tech demo. The Wii came with Wii Sports for free, and that was an actual game with lasting appeal. But this, it's just an instruction manual, and yet Nintendo wants us to pay for it. Why? It's hard to see this as anything but greed. If anyone has a reasonable explanation for why Welcome Tour isn't free, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Until next time, this has been Danny from Game Domain. Subscribe to stay up to date, and I'll see you in another video.